Water. Cool. Hey y'all, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Today I just wanted to talk to you guys. I wanted to share with you what it really means to be a Chicago photographer through the lens of Ashley Mia. Personally, I love Chicago. I literally was born on the west side of Pilsen. Then at the age of 5, we moved to the suburbs in Hazel Crest, which was really kind of a city suburb because it was it reminded me of the city. You know, there's a lot of black people here, you know, in my high school, my grammar school, blackity black, okay? And it reminded me of where I was in the city. And then in that time, I, would go every weekend to my church and to my grandma's house, varying weekends to my grandma's house, but it was always in the city. So I stayed in Chicago. From the suburbs, from high school, then I went to UIC, which is in the South Loop of Chicago. Loved it, love it still, and I know it's a lot of stuff going on and a lot of people hear a lot of crazy stuff about Chicago, but at the core of it, Chicago is a beautiful city. And so for me, photography started in the last year of college, in my senior year, while I was out there in the South Loop. And so I have a real love for Chicago. And so all in all, Chicago is a huge piece of the pie to the story of why I'm a photographer and what motivates me. So as a photographer based in Chicago, I would say that it really does breed a sense of hard work. Chicago is a very industrial city, so it's like a machine. You're very rigid. You have this sense of just get out there, this grit, this grind, and I really do feel like it can work as an advantage for a photographer. Chicago is just the pool for amazing artists. I'm telling you, whether you're up north, you over east, you out west, you in the south, wherever, you have artists, you have creatives, and we're some of the greatest. I'm telling you, we just are. And so having a great work ethic is something that I feel like Chicago really has born inside of me, and it really does work when I'm trying to gain clients or to advance what I'm doing as a photographer or content creator. Also, what I feel like it means to be a Chicago-based photographer is that you are someone that is resilient. And what I mean by resilient is Chicago goes through a lot of weather changes. They love to say that Chicago's weather is very bipolar because it can really be up and down. One day it could be so nice and sunny, and then the next day, literally the next day, it's snowing or it's rain or it's hail. So I feel like that builds your adjustment muscle, like how you're going to adapt to certain situations, to certain weather. I really do think that that outer experience can really impact your inner experience on how you move with your career and what you do as a photographer. And I really do feel like it prepares you to be a person that can maneuver through anything. Like here, you're going to go out and get it. You literally are. The drive is crazy. And when you really do go downtown, or if you go into the South Loop in the North area, and you see all these artists that are hungry to do what they have to do to get their work out and to really push forward, it really is inspiring. But being from a city that really puts that pressure on you, it's a good pressure if you make it good. Sometimes it can be too much, but I really do feel like it's so inspiring and it's really impactful to how I maneuver and become the best photographer I can be. Another great advantage is that Chicago has one of the most gorgeous, beautiful cityscapes I've ever seen. I think it's top 3 within the best cityscapes. Don't quote me, I have to still look it up. I think Dubai is number 1, but don't quote me. But when you literally come into Chicago on that expressway, your jaw is just going to drop. It just is. And I really love that Chicago gives you that amazing scenery if you wanted to do a cityscape photo shoot. That's what I've done a few times before, and it's been really beautiful. And just like you have the beautiful cityscapes out here, you have the most amazing graffiti scenery out here. Listen, you go up north, South Loop, over on the west side, I'm telling you, you're gonna see the most amazing graffiti, and that can be an amazing backdrop to some photos that you want to do as well. I've lived in Illinois my entire life, and there are still so many great things in Chicago downtown that I need to go and explore, all the restaurants, experiences. So this is a place that I suggest that you should come and visit, especially as a photographer, because it just gives you so many great sceneries. It's like a pulse when you get here. When you get into the city, you're going to feel the heartbeat of hard work, of go-getter attitude and of ambition and of really great talented people. So yeah, Chicago is my girl, okay? I love her, and I think that it is just such a great city to be a content creator in, be a photographer in. And even though it has its downfalls like any other city, I will always believe in Chicago. I will always believe that it can get better and mature and do, you know, greater things for the world and greater things for people when they come here. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed my little random talk about Chicago and how I love it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I would so appreciate it. And go ahead and push that subscribe button if you haven't. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and push it right now, because I want to continue to give you content just like this and more. But thank you again. If you're watching this in the week, have a good week. And if you're watching this on the weekend, have a good weekend. And I'll talk to y'all soon.